Thank you so much for talking to us, Pariniti, and welcome to India Today Television.
Thank you.
The trailer was amazing. Okay, it was so intriguing. I mean, it was so amazing to see you doing a thriller. We can't wait to see it. But to begin with, did you read the book? Did you see the original movie? What really intrigued you about this story?
I think this film coming into my life was really one of those moments of destiny and fate, etc. Because of course I read the book. I mean, I'm an avid reader, so when books come out, I'm the first ones to get my hands on them. And so I'd read the book when it came out. And then I had heard these stories that this film was getting made. And then in fact I heard stories that somebody was already cast for it. So I was like, okay, no matter, whatever. And I moved on. And then a couple of years later, I realized that nobody was cast for it and they were still casting. So in fact, we reached out to them and said, what's up? Is it possible for me to read the script? And in fact, that's very same day, were planning to get in touch with us to approach me for the film. So it was like this weird timing thing. So I was like, great, Ram Milai Jodi.
But how difficult or challenging is it to keep the suspense, a suspense till the end, because you have an entourage, you have all your team, you have people on set. There's just so much back and forth. How difficult is that?
Yeah, it's actually, you've hit the nail on the head. It was my number one fear when we were shooting, that somebody would come to know about the end or how this film ends, etc. And we really, I hope even, now people don't really release the spoilers till everybody gets a chance to watch the film and all. Good thing is that the film is actually a little different from the original. It is an adaptation, but we have done our own thing. So I don't think anybody will be able to guess the end till they watch the film.
I remember when you had just finished shooting for the film, I think you were taken to social media at that time and you were like, this is by far the most difficult film that you have done. And you put out that one picture of yours where you were bleeding from your forehead. What is the kind of preparation that has gone into this film or the character?
It honestly changed my DNA, this film. And just shooting this film changed my DNA. So to answer your question, what went into prepping this character? If I may say so, I didn't prep. I just became her. I remember I landed into London today and my director came to meet me and he said, I want everybody out of the room. I need to speak to you one-on-one. So I said, okay, what's going on? Daan padne wali or whatever. So he said a few things to me, which I will keep to ourselves, but he just kind of changed my mind. And I remember he left the room. It was a 15-minute meeting. He left the room and I rose in a filmy way from that sofa and I said, let's get to work. And next day, it was like this girl entering a hostel into this whole new world. It was not ki, oh, actress shooting pe aayi hai, mera makeup kahan hai, mera makeup van nahi. It was none of that. It was like I was entering school or boot camp for the very first day and I was nervous and I was dying.
Is there a lot of pressure for this film to then go on and perform? Because all eyes on just to know how you guys have done.
For sure. 100%. My pressure is, I hope I'm even half as good as what Emily Blunt did. I mean, that's a performance of a lifetime. And I'm terrified, honestly, not because of the comparison to anybody else. I'm terrified of the comparison to my work that I've done previously. Right. Like if I say Pariniti 1.0 and version 2.0, like I have claimed myself, I just hope that people accept me in this new thing.
Here you are making your debut with Netflix.
Oh, yeah.
A thriller like this, were you at all disappointed that, it was going onto an OTT platform, so to speak?
0%. I think, like I said, everything about this film has been destiny and fate. Genuinely. There are certain films that I don't enjoy watching on OTT platforms and there are certain that I do. So I just felt like this marriage of Netflix and Girl on the Train is the perfect marriage. So I'm very happy that this is my first film on it.
Right. But tell us, what are your thoughts on, OTT platforms, the digital platforms, now coming under the regulation of, the INB ministry and
Yeah.
putting in, perhaps censorship there as well.
Yeah, I don't know. I hope I don't get hated for this, but I'm not in favor of that because I feel that's where we can have stuff that we don't get to see every day. I think that not only from an audience point of view, but from makers' point of view, they're able to say so much more in a story or write characters which are so much more bold and brazen than what we see in films. I'm not supporting vulgarity. I'm not supporting disturbing or violent content. I'm just saying that if we allow, even with the censorship, if we can allow writers, makers, actors, the OTT platform itself to just be able to push that creativity a little bit, then we're all good. Then all good with the censorship. But I just hope that it is not compromising the matter too much, because I think we already do that in our films, and we're all so responsible about what we say and do in films and what the characters say. I think here we have a chance of pushing that content a little more. Even as actors, I may be able to do things, a little more. Writers may be able to write crazy characters. Maybe we're able to show so much more, but I just hope that's not slashed. Again, I want to say that this is not me saying that I want to use the F word or be vulgar or show blood or violence or whatever. No, we will make responsible content, but I just hope it's not compromised. That's all.
But if it wasn't for the OTT platforms, I don't think we would have survived the lockdown.
Yes! So now we have to allow them to continue surviving.
So tell us what you binge watched during that time, and how did you spend your lockdown?
So the first 3 months I was in Mumbai, in my home, and I was really enjoying myself. I was doing my puzzles and reading my books and, of course, watching films and shows on Netflix. And I learned to cook a little bit, but after 3 months, I kind of got tired of it. So I moved to London in July, and then from July to almost December, I lived in London, which was amazing. Like, I would go out for walks and I would cook and just be by myself, limited amounts of family time.
You said you learned cooking as well. Tell us what you made apart from banana bread. I'm pretty sure you would have done that.
Okay, I didn't get into banana bread because that is for people who already know how to cook and can, promote themselves to a banana bread. I literally learned how to put an egg into water and boil it. It was like from scratch. But a couple of my friends, they actually moved into my house during the lockdown, and we stayed together, and they are all brilliant chefs. So I always used to be twiddling my thumbs while they were in the kitchen. So one day I was like, I'm also going to join you. And they were like, please don't. But then I went and, from them literally learned basics like a garlic bread or, a cheese toast, and started small, then went to pastas and went to a little bit of baking with many fails. So it was just smattering here and there of stupid things. But by no means am I a chef or a cook. I just do this to unwind.
Perhaps this turning point or this 2.0 has really helped you because you have such an eclectic lineup of films this year, be it Saina or Animal for that matter, with Ranbir Kapoor. Tell us what is making you choose different things.
I think it's a combination. I think actors can't take all the credit for making all their choices. It's also a factor of what you're offered at the right time. So Girl on the Train and Saina pretty much happened together for me, and it was amazing because here I was doing this thriller and there I was doing a sports biopic, required two different facets of me. And actually I wanted to do something, commercial and fun and, heroine-y, for the lack of a better term. And Animal happened, and Animal actually is one of the most stunning scripts I've ever read. The title will tell you that it's going to be something very different and crazy. So happy to be a part of the cast with Ranbir, Anil sir, Bobby sir. It's going to be a crazy set. And the director, I loved Kabir Singh and Arjun Reddy. I think it was for the actors, it was an amazing platform to do what they could, and Animal is going to be similar to that. So I think I'm just choosing variety, like you said, I'm also choosing films with this one thumb rule, and it's only in my head, that if I'm the obvious casting for a film, I will not do that film.
Oh, that's interesting.
Does that make sense?
Yes. Wow.
Yeah, so that's the kind of rule I've made in my head, that if people say, you know, this is exactly you and this is what you've done in so many films, I will say, no, thank you. Yeah, I will say then no. Like, I want to do homework for a film and I want to do something that is complete, like requires me to work hard for it and for me to change something in me. I think that is the job of an actor, and I've understood it today.
Well, all the best for The Girl in the Train. We're really looking forward to it. And it was wonderful chatting with you as always.
Hello everyone, this is Rahul Kamal here. Hope you enjoyed this video. For the latest news and analysis, like and subscribe the India Today YouTube channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated.